Hi everyone, Rigby Artho here. Just thought I'd go live while I can. Well, nobody's here but me. Yeah. I mean, it's a little easier doing it on the laptop, I must say, because obviously I don't have to hold the thingamajig. See if I can share my live as well. Hello. Just wait for you to get in here. I know that a lot of people will still be asleep though, because unless they're in the UK, of course. But in America, whoa, in America, this is like not good time for there. It's 10:18 over here though. If I seem like really awkward and silent, it's because no one's awake. And no one's in the live stream with me just yet. So, and there's no questions to answer. I wonder if I can come up with something. Let's have a look. Frequently asked questions. I'm trying to find something where I've got something to say. Good interview questions. I don't want a job interview. Okay. What are your strengths and weaknesses? I'm good at a lot of things. I'm a jack of all trades, as they call it. I'm strong, like really mentally strong. I've got a lot of willpower. I can control myself in very difficult situations. I am physically strong as well, but I'm also really heavy-handed. So it's kind of like, which one is it? Like, for example, when Chris said he couldn't get into the cupboard in the living room, so I pulled the handle off. Kind of like that. Weaknesses. I'm trying to think. I know that thing where you like do that thing and it's supposed to make like that noise that I did, but not with the way I did it. That I can't do that. I'm not good at winking. I'm still trying to think. I don't really focus on my weaknesses much, so Yeah, I don't know. What are your goals for the future? My goals for the future are obviously give my kids the best life that I can give them. Be the best mum I can um, be the best version of myself, have way more videos than I do now on YouTube, start earning money on YouTube, start making my own merch and earning money off that, um, to grow on Facebook as well and earn off that. And I do have bigger plans for when I'm like really, big on YouTube and Facebook and have enough money. I do have a lot of plans, but I'm not going to tell you those. And it's not just for me and my kids. It's wider than that. It's a very much bigger plan. I do want to make a big difference in the world. And for people in general. I want my hair to be the perfect length, the perfect colour. I want my weight to be the perfect weight. It's almost there, not gonna lie. Because I've been too thin, I've been too big, and now I'm getting to where I wanted to be in the first place, which is big and small, but toned. Like, how do I put it? If I wasn't as big built as I am now, I would feel too small because I've been there. But if I was bigger than I am now, then I'd feel too big. So yeah, the perfect weight and size. What interests you? What interests me? Shopping. I like shopping. It's hard for me to pick these things because obviously back in the day I was actually a proper party animal and I was a very unhealthy person. I didn't have respect for myself or care or love. So you can guess that I didn't do the things that I should have done with my life. So, um, yeah, it takes a while to get used to, like the healthy lifestyle. I'm good at it. I'm good at, eating healthy and drinking healthy and having all my Vits at the moment. I'm good at that now. But knowing what to do on a daily basis with a social life is really difficult. It's challenging because what I did when I had a social life last time was party. So knowing what to do when I have a social life now is like I don't know. I know there's loads of activities you can do. That you can go bowling, which we haven't got around here. You can go to the cinema, which we haven't got. Um, what else can you do? Shopping. There's not really much to do around here, and I'm in the UK, so there's even less than there is in America. Um, you can go swimming. I go swimming sometimes, but not in the winter. It's too cold. Um, but the rest of the time, I would be at home and I'd be chilling. I'd be watching a film or playing a game or listening to music. Um, yeah, eating food. I like that. um, yeah. So every other time I'm like, I think of the pub or I think of shopping. And also because I made the decision to cut off a lot of people because they were really toxic and not good for me. Um, it's hard to find people that relate to me, that, I would get on with, that I would have a good conversation with, that where I'm not bored and wanting to leave it. Yeah, it's challenging. And because I'm 31, um, it's not like it was back in the day. You're not at school, you're not at college, you're not, like out in a social environment forced. You've kind of got to force yourself to be social with strangers. And I'm an introvert, so that's a challenging one. Yeah. Um, so there you go. By the way, if anyone wants to know, and anyone knows what MBTI is, I'm an INFJ. So I'm the extroverted introvert. But as you can tell, I'm still really introverted because I don't actually have a social life in person. I have a big social life online, but out there in the real world, no. Because I like to be able to leave when I want without the awkward interaction of, you know, goodbyes and, trying to tell someone that you don't really want to, keep talking. You want to go home. um, yeah. So there you go. And I'm also a Libra Sun, Cancer Moon, just so you know, in case anyone wants to know about that stuff. Where were we? What's the next question? What is my greatest accomplishment? Okay. I'd say my kids. Yeah, my kids. Like, obviously, I know they're young. Um, but it's still, you know, it's the hardest job you'll ever have. It really is. And there's so many different opinions from every different angle on how you should be as a parent. So that makes it quite challenging as well because they all counteract each other. They all go against each other. So it's like, okay. But thankfully, I do know right from wrong. And, you know, I do my best. And what more can you do? But yeah, I've survived. My kids are happy and healthy and they have everything they need. So that is good. That is good. It's a good start. Like, obviously, I do have plans for the future. I want them to go on holidays and stuff like that. But the prices. I mean, you've seen the cost of just living nowadays. So you'd have the cost of living. You'd have the cost of travel. You'd have the cost of living after the traveling. You'd have the cost of wherever you're going to stay. You'd have the cost of everything you're going to pay for when you're on your holidays. And you'd have the cost of bills. Yeah, it's going to be a while. And yeah, everything's so expensive nowadays. You have to pay to go to the toilet. So, yeah. Obviously not everywhere. So a lot of nice places do allow you to use the bathroom. But like say a bus station, To use the toilet in there, you've got to put some coins in the machine. It's terrible. It really is. It's really, 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 really bad. Where were we? I've gone right off topic. Okay. How do you handle conflict? Oof. Oof. How do I handle conflict? Well, we'll go from the beginning, okay? Back in the day, I didn't have the greatest, how do you put it? Control of my anger. Like, I'm not saying I was like a raging lunatic and I'd go out, causing havoc and fighting. I actually avoided fighting at all costs, even if it did happen every now and again. Only like twice, 3 times, something like that in my life. But I did get really angry a lot in the past. I really, really did. And it's not surprising because if you know about my past and the things I had to put up with and the people that I had to tolerate, you would wonder why, I'm so chill now. And you would wonder how I managed to survive without doing really, really, really bad things. But anyway, nowadays I kind of just cut off anyone that I know is going to cause me to get upset or angry. So I don't allow them into my life in any way at all. How do I put it? Let's say I'm on Facebook and someone is getting a little bit cocky for their own good. I will just block them. It doesn't matter if it's a family member either. If it's someone that thinks I owe them my life because they brought me into the world. No, that's not how family works, love. Family to me is who you love and who loves you, as the spy next door says. Jackie Chan film. Yeah. Family is who you want in your life and who wants you and who's supportive and who is caring and whatnot. Not necessarily whose blood you have. Just because they've got your blood, it doesn't mean they should be in your life. You could be family members with a psycho. Are you going to stick around knowing that they may kill you at some point? No. Do you see my point? Are you going to willingly put yourself in harm's way? Or in a situation that's just going to rile you up all of the time? Or upset you all of the time and delay your progress? No. Not if you've got a mind of your own that has some sense. So yeah, I kind of just block anything that comes into my life that isn't supposed to be there. And I don't entertain it anymore. I used to get mad, I used to get sad, and I used to let it affect me, and it was the worst thing I could have done. So there we go. Let's have a look. Next one. What are your skills? Oh, okay. I can sing. I can dance. Only freestyle though. I don't have a clue about choreography or whatever you want to call it. I can write. I can I'm trying to think of everything at the top of my head quickly, so I'm not boring everyone for the rest of their lives. I'm not good at maths. Really bad at it. I'm good at English though. Um, I'm good at art-ish. I'm not one of the pros that you see on Facebook and YouTube. No, no. That puts me off art, to be funny. It puts me off doing it because I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to do that. So there's no point. um, I'm good at people. People is kind of my forte. I understand them. And I've learned so much about different types of people. And I know how to help them. I know about mental health. I know what's healthy and what's not, and all that stuff. So people is actually my expertise. And spiritualism and life are my skills. I don't know how to put it, but yeah, I'm very spiritual. I wouldn't say I'm religious because I don't actually believe in the Bible. I think, well, I know it's man-made. And why on earth would I trust that? Have you seen people? In this day and age, can you really trust people? There's going to be truth in it, just like there's truth in everything. But there's also going to be human manipulation, controlling tactics. You know how people work. But yeah, not really religious, but I am spiritual. I do believe in everything because I know that you wouldn't be able to think of something that didn't exist somewhere at some time. So there we go. Tell me about a time you faced conflict. My whole past was conflict. I came from not very nice people. Apart from my grandparents, they were decent. They were manipulative and controlling, but it wasn't abusive. But the rest, no. No, thank you. Okay. Describe a situation where you had to meet a tight deadline. Does getting to the job centre on time count? I've done that before, where I was like really running late and I had to run, and I was really, really out of breath when I got there. Give an example of a time you showed leadership. I'm always showing leadership. Literally, if you look on my Facebook, I'm always like, trying to post to help people and trying to, give them ideas on what they should be doing or what they could be doing, encouraging better behavior, stuff like that. Yeah, pretty much all the time. And I have been called bossy, not gonna lie. Yeah, I do have a little bit of a bossy streak. So, um, I'm just trying to find more questions that are suitable. What motivates you? Having kids motivates you. It really does. You want to be better and you want to play a good role and you want to set a good example. And how are you going to do that if you're not doing anything that you're supposed to be doing? So that's a good motivator. My kids. Seeing certain films and listening to certain music, they're good motivators. There's also a YouTube account called Absolute Motivation, which are really good. They're really, really good motivators. And me, I'm a really good motivator too. Just saying. Do I have any questions? I always have questions, but I don't think they're the kind of questions you ask your audience. I think they're more so the questions that you'd ask God. Yeah. Um, how do you handle stress? Well, I'm 31, so I have learned quite a lot on how to deal with stress. I know baths help. Baths are nice and relaxing. Nice smells. Um, chamomile, valerian root drinks. Holland& Barrett's has so many different things to help calm you and stuff like that. Um, fresh air, going outside, having time alone, watching something funny, listening to calming music, holding your crystals, listening to meditation frequencies, pampering yourself with a face mask, stuff like that. That's good for stress. Taking time out for you, doing things that you really like to do. You know, I think I could go on, but the list is getting long. um, describe myself. You're not going to meet anyone like me. Let's put it that way. I'm very different. Very, very different. I'm really funny when you get to know me. As I said before, jack of all trades. I'm very loyal. I'm very protective of people I care about. It's so hard to describe yourself from the top of your head when it's like on the spotlight. I'm very particular about everything. Everything has to be a certain way, or I won't, you know, be entertained or pleased. I'm really arty and creative. I'm always doing something. I'm really fidgety. I've got restless legs. I can't sit still. I know it looks like I'm still right now, but my legs and my hands and yeah, moving around a lot. And I'm that one that swings the leg when they don't realise. I don't like a mess. I don't like standing on things. I'm just very different, but I'm also really relatable in some areas. And I'm really difficult to impress. Yeah. I think I've run out of questions. But we did good. It's been about 30 minutes. I know no one's awake yet or up watching YouTube, but that is fine. You've still got this to watch at some point. And I know that you can actually watch a video without clicking on it. So there you go. And I'm going to enjoy the last little bit of time I have to myself before I got to go and pick my kids up. I hope everyone's enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and toodaloo mofos. Now, where's the end? Where do you do it? There we go.